Yo, Andy, what's your problem?
Your dumb remark is my problem. I told you I met Carrie yesterday.
Hey, come on, lighten up. It was just a joke.
I don't think it's very funny. What the hell's wrong with you anyway? All you can talk about is who's fooling around with who's got the best butt. You're a walking hormone.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize liking girls was illegal.
It's not at all. I thought you were crazy about Leanne, though. Maybe one woman isn't enough for Paul Stenbeck. I think you take after your dad a lot more than you'd like to admit.
Don't you ever make a comment like that again.
What's wrong? The pond's going to be much warmer than it was this morning?
It'll be much nicer and warmer on this bench.
Well, that may be true, but think how nice it'll feel against your hot skin.
Why don't you rush in yourself, and I'll take it.
Oh, the rush is the best part. It takes your breath away.
Why can't you just leave me alone? Just leave me here, and you can go in by yourself.
No, half the fun of swimming is swimming with someone else.
Heard what she said, Caleb.
John, thank you so much for taking good care of Meg.
Oh, I'm glad I was in the ER when they brought her in.
I would have been here sooner, but my sons didn't tell me she was here.
Well, that's my fault. I told them not to call you to unnecessarily worry until we knew what Meg's condition was.
He's taking care of me. Thank you. Listen, I forgot to ask you and your family. Maybe you'd like to join us for the 4th of July celebration.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will talk to Lucinda and I'll get back to you.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is all so new to me, I wasn't sure if I should let you know if I was seeing someone else or not.
Well, that was up to you.
You know, I still get a knot in my stomach every time I see you with him, Seth.
You know, I'm not jealous that you're seeing someone else. It doesn't mean that I care about you any less. But, Rod, we did agree that we were free to see other people.
Wish we'd never done that, Betsy. I have an awful feeling that we're never going to find our way back to each other.
Hi, Emily. It's Meg. Is Tonio there?
No. Meg, Tonio went out to lunch with a prospective client.
Oh, good. Then we can talk. Has he realized it's our anniversary?
I don't know. He hasn't mentioned it.
Oh, I hope we can surprise him. Pam's already gone over to the yacht club to see if the manager can cater the party, but there's still lots for you to do.
Meg, listen. I have a lot of work to do, and I'm really tired. As a matter of fact, I was going to call you later and tell you I can't make it tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just keep hoping that Dr. Samuels is going to come walking through that door and give me the news that I want to hear so I can give Tonio the best anniversary present tonight. Look, there are a few things that you can do, though. I need you to call the maid, hire a couple of waiters and a bartender. Oh, and I want just a real big, beautiful flower arrangement. No, make it 2, because I want it to remind me of my wedding.
Meg, I just said I'm really swamped with work.
That's okay. Take your time, just as long as it's all done by tonight. Oh, Emily, I've got to go. Dr. Samuels just walked in the door with a big smile on her face. This may be the news I've been praying for. Bye.
Hello, Meg.
The Emmy Award-winning As the World Turns.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Your lab report's not back yet.
No.
I just came by to tell you that I went over the test that Dr. Dixon ran last night. Now, you have a mild concussion, but no internal injuries thanks to that seatbelt you were wearing. Still feeling lightheaded?
No, I'm feeling fine now, Dr. Samuels.
Good. Meg, when Dr. Dixon called last night, he was concerned because he thought you were pregnant. But when you were in my office yesterday, I had the feeling that pregnancy was a very remote possibility. Was I wrong?
Well, no, I was just trying to think positively.
Good. Well, if this test comes back negative, I think we should bring Tonio in for some routine fertility tests. I mean, I have gone over you from top to bottom, and there is no reason at all why you shouldn't be able to conceive.
No, I don't think Tonio would do that. I mean, he thinks he's the most virile man in the world.
Yes, but virility has nothing to do with fertility. Besides, if it is his problem, it could be very easily corrected.
You don't know Tonio's background.
Hi.
Hi.
are you doing?
Hi, Betsy.
Hi,
How's Danny?
Oh, she's terrific. I just wish I had more time to spend with her.
Well, the #1 complaint of every working single mother. Huh? I'll see you later, Meg.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Betsy.
Yeah, I brought you these.
Oh, great,
How you
thanks.
feeling? I was here last night, but you weren't up seeing anybody, so I thought I'd come back.
Yeah, Seth told me. I know it meant a lot that you were with him. Thanks.
Oh, sure. Seth's good company. We have a lot in common.
Betsy, where does Josh fit in your life right now?
It's hard. I still care about him. But we've decided we should be free to see other people now. As a matter of fact, he just told me he was seeing someone, so...
Wow! I heard our favorite student nurse was a patient in here.
Hi.
Bob, would you like me to leave?
No, that's okay. I just stopped by to see how she's feeling. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, and if you let me go, you're both invited to my house tonight for our first anniversary party.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope you have many more.
Well, I plan on having a lifetime of them with Tonio.
Hey, you should don't run on that diving board. I told you that before.
Paul?
Just slow down.
Paul, what happened between you and Andy earlier?
He just made a stupid comment that really made me want to knock him out.
Well, fighting never solves anything, especially not between friends.
Friends? You want to talk about friends, Leanne? I don't think he knows what the word means.
Well, don't forget, Paul. I mean, your cousin has been dealing with a lot since he learned he was an alcoholic.
Yeah, but ever since he stopped drinking, he seems to forget that everybody else has problems, too, of their own. Besides, there's some kind of power trip about being my boss this summer.
What did Andy say that got you so upset?
Something about my dad.
Listen, I know how much words can hurt, okay, Paul? I mean, I was called a lot of names in Vietnam because my father was an American. And here, I'm looked at very differently because I'm half Vietnamese. I learned to accept that. The same way you're going to have to accept certain things about your father, no matter how difficult.
You know, Leanne, I'm kind of happy that we're different. I think it brings us closer in a way.
That manager chewed my ear off. Whoa, what were we talking about? Well, I was just talking about catering a party here tonight, maybe. Yeah? For what? Well, Meg and Tony are having a surprise anniversary party. Oh, what, their first? Yeah. Must be their first. Boy, I think that must be very special.
Nah, I think they're all very special. Margot and I would have celebrated our 5th this past June 3rd, and I just can't seem to forget it.
All the 9 years that Duncan and I were married, we never once celebrated any anniversary.
Why not?
A long story.
Hey, excuse me. Oh, there he is. Hey, how are you? What took you so long?
I called my mom before that.
Is she back in Ohio?
Yeah. Victor's bringing the kids over today for a visit. She sounds great.
Oh, good.
It's really good to hear her sound that excited about something
Oh,
again.
good. I don't mean to change the subject, but I just remembered. We're invited to Meg and Tonio's anniversary party tonight, and I have to tell her right away.
Well, I'm singing at the cellar.
I know, but I thought maybe we could go before the set or in between sets. She's planning the whole party from the hospital bed.
over there.
She's in the hospital?
Yeah. Oh, but she's okay. Why don't you change into your suit, and I'll tell you all about it.
I've already got it on.
Oh.
It's going to be a busy night. Lily starts at the cellar tonight, and I had kind of promised that we'd be there for emotional support.
Oh.
What?
Nothing. I just think it's kind of funny that this time last year, I was the one giving Dusty emotional support, and this year, it's just funny how in one little year, everything can just turn around.
You may be used to ordering people around as a big hotshot executive, but don't try it on me.
I wasn't ordering anyone. I just heard enough to know. Lily was saying no, and you weren't listening.
Caleb was just joking around, all right? Relax. How's Meg?
She's fine. She's a little worried that the accident might affect the baby if she's pregnant.
I hope she is. She wants this more than anything.
I just wish it wasn't with Tonio.
But why are you so down on Maggie's husband? I thought he used to be your partner.
He was. But that's when I first started to hate his guts.
Well, Maggie sure seems to like the guy, and I know he can be a good provider.
Well, there are a lot more important things than money in a marriage.
Oh, yeah, well, I wouldn't know anything about that, but it seems to me that a guy with your track record shouldn't be handing out advice.
Oh, cut it out! Stop it!
Lucinda, do you want lunch here or in the executive dining room?
I want it here. I want a private lunch with Kirk. Order me some chicken salad, all right, and some sparkling water. You can have a corned beef on rye. You can have a beer if you want it.
Great. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, John.
So, where'd you go this morning?
I had a few personal things to take care of.
More repercussions from the Barbara Ryan incident?
It's a funny thing, isn't it? Folks outside the business world, they just don't know. They have no idea what we have to go through to do this. They want us to reap the rewards, but they don't want us to besmirch ourselves. We know that that's not possible. Anyway, I didn't call you in here to discuss other people's problems.
Good.
I went out to the Snyder farm because I went out to see my daughter, Lily. And I was guided out to where she was swimming. She was swimming in the pond by that boy, Caleb Snyder. And as I'm walking through the woods, really, for the first time getting a look at that property, I thought about your ideas for the development. By the way, the pond is wonderful. It's just, oh, it would just be a spectacular centerpiece. Of course, we'd have to do something about all that second growth, those scrub trees. Take them out and bring in mature plantings, shrubs.
Yeah, well, I'm glad my ideas turned you on so much.
I really do, that the profits, they could be incredible.
Oh, and they're ongoing. Adelaide Fitzgibbon is still pulling in profits from developments I started in New England.
Yeah?
I mean, once you have houses, you need shops, you need restaurants, and then you need parking lots to service that. It just keeps going on and on and on. But the problem here is the Snyders. I know you have reservations about how we're going to get that land from them. I think if we make an offer that they can't refuse, they're going to have to give it up. We can buy it from them.
You're being very logical. Let me tell you something. Emma Snyder wouldn't sell the farm for all the tea in China.
Well, then how are we going to make this dream a reality?
I've had a thought. When I was trekking through the wilderness with Caleb, the boy, he said to me, I think he said it even twice, that he'd like to make sure that his mother had a comfortable position in life and secure and all that. You know, I was thinking, how many siblings? 6? He would have 1/6 of that property. That would be his, right?
Maybe the 1/6 with the ponds, the woods, and that piece of land that abuts the highway.
Well, of course. We just have to be very cautious. But it would seem to me that Caleb would be the weak link in that chain.
And there's one other advantage that we have with Caleb.
What's that?
His feelings for Lily.
Oh, no. Feelings for her? I don't want Lily involved in anything to do with this.
No, I'm not talking about that. I just mean that we can use those feelings as a gauge to see how strong his family ties are. And then we can start to figure out what we're going to do to get him over onto our side.
Well, that's all right, so long as you leave Lily out of this. Ah, that was swift.
I can't believe you two would fight over something so ridiculous. You're brothers. Can't you get over your differences and help to work with the farm?
Maybe when he stops talking down... You know, what about you, Holden? Where do you get off telling people how to live?
Oh, cut it out, both of you!
What are you shouting about? What's going on out here?
Caleb and I are just having a little argument, and Lily was trying to set us straight.
She has more sense than the two of you, I'm glad to hear.
How come you're not at work, anyway?
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Dixon came by, and I came and showed her where Lily was, and I was going to take a quick swim, and then Holden came out.
How's Maggie doing?
She's okay. She's going to have this big party tonight. That's why I came out here. We got to do some work.
I can't go tonight. I can't go. I started the cellar tonight.
I'm not going either, Mom.
Well, at least put in an appearance for your sister's
No, I'm
sake.
not going. I'll go.
Oh, good. I was going to go, too.
I'm going to go talk to her.
Hey, wait, I'll go with you. And don't worry, I'm going back to work.
Well, you know the
We're
deal.
going to have some lunch here soon, too.
I want to talk to you both about something.
About what?
I want to move back here on the farm. I want to live here, and I want to work here full time. I have a couple ideas about how to get the farm out of debt. I want to take some of my money and put them into practice.
And what about your partnership with Craig?
Craig's going to take over the 2 accounts that we have, and he's going to give me a percentage of it, and I can live off that money.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds good. We'll talk about your ideas. It sounds wonderful.
Well, it'll be great. It'll give Seth a chance to get back to writing.
Well, I certainly appreciate that, Holden, but we'll talk about it.
Okay, I just want your assurance on one thing. I run the farm. What I say goes. And Caleb needs to understand that.
Oh, God. I dread calling Duncan and asking him if I can pick up some more of my stuff.
Well, if he gives you a hard time, just tell him that you're bringing the DA with you. Listen, I'm gonna say goodbye to Leanne. If you need any help, just scream, help.
Okay, thanks.
McKechnie Castle.
Who's this?
Mr. McKechnie's executive housekeeper. Who is this?
Oh, Teresa. This is Shannon O'Hara. I forgot that you're managing the castle now. Is Duncan tied up?
Hold on a moment, I'll check. It's Shannon O'Hara.
Shannon, what can I do for you?
Well, I want to know if I can come over and get some more of my stuff.
Well, certainly. If I'm not here, you can ask Teresa to help you.
I won't need any help.
Why didn't you tell Shannon how much you missed her?
Self-protection. Shannon and I were bloody happy together. I doubt very much I'll find that kind of happiness again.
Yes, you can.
How, Jessica? You know the reason I can't marry Shannon.
Why don't you tell her?
Because if I tell her the truth, she'll bloody well hate me, and that'll make me more miserable than I am now.
McKechnie Castle? Hold on one moment, please. It's an overseas call from a Dr. Silvestri. He says it's urgent. He speak with you about Lilith McKechnie.
Unexpected treat. 2 meals in one day with my favorite chief of staff.
I don't understand why every eligible doctor in this hospital isn't lined up outside your lab waiting to take you to lunch.
It's because both of them are too old to even think about me without risking cardiac arrest. There were a couple of guys back in Omaha I could have gotten serious about, but my darling daughter scared them away.
Why did you let her do a thing like that?
Well, I felt guilty. I knew that she was afraid she'd lose me, just like she lost her father. And I just didn't want to hurt her.
She's all grown up and married now.
Well, her life is a mess.
Oh.
She keeps looking for security in all the wrong places. The same thing she did with James Stenbeck.
Harry?
Hi.
Hi, John.
Hi, everybody.
Where'd you get that tan?
What tan?
We should have gone to law school.
Oh, very good.
Well, how was the yacht club?
It was good. Dad, I need to ask you a favor.
Shoot.
I think I might have to go down to Washington on business next week, and I wonder if Leanne could stay with you and Kim.
Oh, sure. We'd love to have it.
Great, thanks. Dad, is something wrong?
What?
Well, you have a funny look in your eye. Andy noticed it this morning as well.
Oh, I was hoping that people wouldn't see that.
Do you want to talk about it?
I overheard your grandmother talking to Ellen. McCloskey has mentioned the possibility of marriage.
Well, I don't find that surprising. After all, she caught the bouquet at Barbara and Hal's wedding.
Ha, ha, ha.
Dad, didn't you see this coming?
No, I didn't, not really.
Well, why? How? I mean...
I can give you 1,000 reasons. For starters, my mother was married very happily to my father for 50 years.
Oh, so she's had all the happiness she needs, she doesn't deserve anymore?
Oh, come on, don't talk to me like a lawyer. How can you talk logically about something that's so illogical? A woman my mother's age marrying a guy she hardly knows?
Hey, what are you doing back here?
What am I doing back here? I'm going to go tell Meg that I'm not going to help her with her anniversary party.
I can't believe it. How could you have even let yourself get talked into something?
How was I going to say no?
Place?
She's been sitting there telling me I'm her best friend.
Listen, she knows something is going on with you and Tonio. Hello, Tonio.
I thought you were having lunch with a prospective client.
Well, it's now an ex-prospective client. The meeting was going nowhere, so I ended the lunch, decided I'd come by here and talk to Meg, see if I could get her to cancel this party.
Well, that's great. You're not supposed to know about it, Tonio. Why don't you just wait until I talk to her? Maybe she'll drop the whole idea.
All right. Excuse me. I don't know what was going on this morning in Meg's room, but I want you to stay away from her.
What gives you the right to pass out orders?
I'm Meg's husband. That gives me the rights.
Oh, excuse me. Here's your ping pong balls.
Thank you.
The table's over there, the rackets are in the corner.
Remember the night we found Andy passed out in his car?
Yeah. Brought up a lot of bad memories for you, huh?
There was a whole lot I didn't know then. I was so guilty and I didn't even know why. I've only begun to understand it the last couple weeks.
Yeah, but now that you're beginning to understand it, you can start a life of your own, right?
Yeah, but you don't expect that the people that you thought were normal and healthy all along to not have been that way at all. It makes me wonder if...
What?
I think I'll come along to the hospital with you and say hi to Meg.
No, wait a minute. You can't change a subject like that. What? Wonder what?
Pam Wagner.
What?
All these questions are going to get you in trouble.
What?
someday.
All right, time for your break. 15 minutes you get. Go ahead.
Andy, look. I know you enjoy being in charge around here, but why don't you just cool it with the orders? Hello. How you doing?
Hi.
Learning anything?
Yes, I'm learning about your constitution.
You know, the more I think about it, we've got to get started. We have to have something concrete, you know? Sketches, drawings, plans, something like that.
Yeah.
Snyder development. By the way, I do not think that anyone should mention the name Snyder.
No,
Got that?
absolutely not.
And the more I dwell on it, I think, Caleb, that's going in the right direction. That's the way to go.
How'd you ever get involved with a guy like James Stenbeck?
Darling, where did that come from?
Well, we're talking about Walsh Construction, and I know that was a division that you kind of used him to acquire. I'm just surprised that somebody as bright and shrewd as you would be taken in by someone like that.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I was attracted to the dark side of James Stenbeck.
Mm.
That made me vulnerable to it.
Well, I've heard a lot of stories about the dark side of him, but I don't know. I know he's a criminal, but he sounds like something of a genius to me.
Kirk, you have an urgent long-distance call on line 1.
Oh, you can't use this, but you can...
No, I know who it is. I'll take it in my office. Thanks very much.
Have you and John got plans for the weekend?
Oh, as a matter of fact, yes. So we have a menagerie of children are coming over. They're going to swim, and then they're going to toast marshmallows.
Oh, I haven't had a toasted marshmallow in years.
Why don't you come on over? Toast one. Toast more than one.
But I
Just as
already
many
have
as you want.
plans with a very nice man I met at Barbara and Hal's wedding.
Well, I'll get it. I know what it is. Yes. Who is this?
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Oh, it's great to hear your voice, Ellie. Oh, now you quit worrying. I'm fine. You know how hard-headed I am. Oh, I wish you were coming home for the 4th. Yeah. Well, you know what? Tony and I should really get to Chicago soon. That way we can really wine and dine you in style. Yes. All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. I love you. Bye.
How's your sister doing?
Oh, she's fine. You know, nobody in the family has said anything to her about you and Holman.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure. So, what do you want to see me about?
Meg, I know that I promised to help you with this party, but I'm really tired, and I can't plan a party. I can't even go to a party.
It must be all those late nights you've been putting in with Tonio finally catching up with you.
Yeah, and I was here all night at the hospital, too.
Yeah, well, I'll ask Pam. I'll see if she can help out a little bit more.
Also, I think you should know that Tonio lost a prospective client today, and he's not in a very good mood. It's none of my business, but maybe you want to postpone this party for, another day.
Well, how can I postpone this party, an anniversary party, especially our first? Emily, did I ever tell you how Tonio whisked me off to Las Vegas exactly 1 year ago today? Oh, and I remember him sweeping me up and carrying me across the threshold to our bridal suite.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
It was just so romantic, I mean, the whole family, dead against the marriage, said it would never last, but we proved them wrong. Oh, besides, I've got to do it tonight because you and Tony are going to be going to New York tomorrow.
Actually, I'm not going to be going to New York, and I think Tonio's trying to postpone it for about another week.
Why aren't you going?
Well, Holden's no longer with the company, and if we're both gone, nobody's there to take care of business.
That makes sense. I wonder why Tonio hasn't told me he decided to change his plans.
Well, he's probably just waiting for it to be definite.
That's so sweet of him. Making it so we can spend the 4th of July weekend with my family. I really wish you could be there with Holden. I'm just now beginning to realize how important a happy marriage really is.
I should get going. Oh, I saw Tony on the way up here. He really wants to talk to you.
Why didn't he come in with you?
Because he wants to talk to you alone, and I had to talk to you about the party.
Thanks for keeping my secret.
Sure. I'll see you later.
Before you go, can I have a hug?
Of course you can have a hug, Meg.
Oh, you are one of my nearest and dearest friends. And I hope one day your life will be as happy as mine is right now. Bye. Bye.
I think Mom was real happy about the idea of you being out here this summer.
Well, I just needed to get out of the fast lane so I can take a nice long look at my life. I'm not sure about a lot of things right now. There are a lot of things that I did to try and get ahead in the business world, and I'm not very proud of them. I married Emily to get those things that I thought that I wanted.
Hey, wait a minute. Emily used you too, bud.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make what I did right. That temptation to use people has always been there for me. It's time that I get a grip on it.
Well, recognizing the facts, half the battle.
Once I knew that Emily was carrying on with Tonio, I didn't have any choice. But being here on the farm is going to be good for me. It's going to give me a chance to get that perspective that I need. It'll be good for you and Mama, too, because I'll be able to help you.
Where's Lily fit in all this?
She doesn't.
Your feelings changed about her?
No. Still strong as ever. I just wouldn't want to ever hurt anyone. I'd rather be dead than have to hurt Lily like I did again.
Hope you're strong enough to stay away from her then.
It's not me that's the problem. It's Caleb. Have you seen the way he's been carrying on around her?
Yeah.
Sir?
Hold it. Hey, guys. Mama said to come and tell you it's time for lunch, so.
Ah, thanks, Caleb. Oh, hey, look, I want to talk to you about something.
What?
Holden's here can take on the full responsibility for managing this farm during the summer. He's even putting some of his own money into the deal. So, in a way, he's going to be my boss, which means he's also going to be yours.
When is Dr. Silvestri going to call me back?
No, it hasn't been that long, Duncan, but I'm sure when he calls, he'll set your fears to rest.
You know, I can sense James Stenbeck's hand in this.
How could James Stenbeck know about Lilith?
Oh, Stenbeck has all kinds of ways of coaxing skeletons out of people's closets.
But you told me when we had dinner the other night that you never told any of your solicitors, including Hensley Taggart. So how could James know?
I did tell one other person whose help I had to enlist from time to time.
Who?
Rosalind Hatchley. She was my executive housekeeper when I first moved the castle over here.
Yes, but she's dead now.
I And no doubt, Stenbeck pried the secret from her lips when he killed her. This is exactly the kind of thing that Stenbeck would use against me. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if he's responsible for the call I just got from Dr. Sylvester.
I know the castle like the back of my hand.
Not a word of this while Shannon is around.
Miss O'Hara's here.
Yeah. Oh. I was just telling Teresa here she doesn't have to be so formal because I did live here before. Didn't you tell her that? Something's bothering you.
I was just going over some documents with Jessica regarding my various enterprises.
Oh?
Well, Jessica is representing me now in all my legal affairs.
All of them?
I've no secrets from Jessica.
I don't know about that. Some can always keep one or two secrets up his sleeve. It helps keep the air of mystery alive, doesn't it, darling? Hey, when I first came, to pick up my stuff before, Margaret was downstairs next to Angus.
Well, when you left so suddenly, Hilda went downstairs the next morning and found Margaret on the floor.
Sorry, Maggie. I had no choice but to leave.
I don't think your leaving had anything to do with Margaret's great fall.
And I'm sure it did. You know Margaret loved my being here.
Miss O'Hara, would you like some iced tea?
No, thank you. I'll just get my stuff and get out of everybody's way. I'll have a mover come by and pick up the portrait when I get settled. Okay?
The portrait stays in the bedchamber.
You gave me that portrait as a present.
Aye, with the understanding that it would hang in what we used to call our bedchamber. You can go wherever you want, Shannon, but the portrait stays.
Indian giver.
McKechnie Castle. It's Dr. Silvestri again.
I'll take it in my study.
Jessica, you're not superstitious, are you?
No, why?
It's just that all of Duncan's other solicitors have ended up dead.
So we'll have our usual 4th of July celebration at the house, and then we're going over to the Snyder farm. Maybe you'll go with us.
Well, I think Leanne would probably really like the farm. Maybe I'll ask Shannon if she'll come along. Dad?
Huh?
Are you going to eat that food or just push it around on your plate?
On it. You know, this has really thrown me, this business with Klosky and my mother.
Well, I can tell. I think that you should talk to Kim and then talk to Grandma when the time comes. But right now, just relax a little bit and eat.
I can't believe that she would even consider getting married again.
You know, Dad, it doesn't surprise me that much. It's nice to know that life can still throw you for an occasional loop every now and then, though. Listen, I'm going to go. Remember, when you talk to Grandma, remember that she had to spend a lot of lonely nights in the garage apartment while you were inside with Kim.
You want a doggy bag for this?
I'll pass. I'll walk. Thanks.
Hi.
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 Hey, hope you're going to be around this weekend.
Why, does Lucinda have big plans for the 4th?
Oh, sure she forgot all about it.
Oh, no, sure she didn't. We'll light a few firecrackers and remind her.
Okay.
We're going to see Meg. We're visiting ours.
Tonio's in there now.
Oh, well, we'll wait. See you later.
Audrey.
How come you keep looking at Emily?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
I talked to Margot a few weeks ago. She told me that you know why she disappeared.
Yes. Well, it was a bit of a surprise, I must say. See my daughter with her. You know, her stomach out to there.
I'm sure. How's she coping with the loneliness?
Well, not so good, I guess. I'm hoping I can spend a few weeks with her over there.
I hope so. You know, John, every time I see Tom, I keep remembering how Margot agonized over whether or not to tell him.
Yeah. Well, it's her decision, and all we can do is go with it, I guess.
Yes, so.
Hello.
I don't understand why Lily has to flaunt the fact that that man is her father.
Lily likes to flaunt a lot of things.
I'm so glad I ran into you.
Me too.
Yeah. I start my job tonight at the cellar. I hope you can come by, maybe.
I'll try. So, tell me, how are things with Dusty gone?
Well, it's hard getting used to being single instead of half a couple.
Yeah.
How about you?
Terrible.
Oh.
You want to split a soda?
Oh, thanks. I'd love to, really. But I'm going to go visit Meg, and then I got to go babysit for Bryant, so...
I'd love to go and see Meg, too. I saw Mr. Reyes earlier, and he let me know in no uncertain terms to stay away from her.
You know, Tonio thinks he owns this world and everybody in it. You know that? If my father wants to see my Aunt Meg, then my father's going to see Aunt Meg, whether he likes it or not.
Shall we?
Yes.
Did the man who called say he was James Stenbeck?
No, Jane, he didn't say that. He just said things to me that only James knew. That's why I called the police. You know, it's too bad that we're not taping my phone conversations today, because there was something strange about his voice. It sounded like James, but James trying to disguise it.
I've already got the blueprints in the works.
Say that again.
I've already got the blueprints in the works, the ones we talked about. I'll try not to contain your enthusiasm.
I just had a very strange phone call from a man who said that he was James Stenbeck.
How weird. We were just talking about him.
Exactly. But I've done the right thing. I called the police, and I reported it. Now it's up to the police. They can go out and find him.
Well, phone call isn't much to go on. You know, we've got a lot of stuff to go over. We better get to it, huh?
Yeah, all right. Jane, hold the calls, all right? 'Cause unless it's John or Lily.
Will do.
Take a look at this.
All right.
Now, let's talk about Lawrence Industries for a moment.
How are we going to proceed?
Well, I think what we've got to do is give Monica our assurances that her old friend Dusty will be giving her the VIP treatment if she comes back to Walsh. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I heard. I was just thinking. I was thinking about Monica's mother, Corinne Lawrence, who liked you so much. And she fell victim to James Stenbeck.
Yeah. It's hard to think of Corinne as a victim. She was so strong and self-assured.
You knew her so well in California.
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Don't I know it? It's a small world, isn't it?
Did Shannon leave while I was on the phone?
No, she's with Teresa packing her things. So what did Dr. Silvestri say?
That Lilith is gone. That there is no sign of her anywhere. I've got to take the next flight out of here. This is my worst nightmare come true.
What are you talking about?
As a matter of fact, I just got off the phone with Dusty. Yeah, he's doing very well. He sends you his best. He's still hoping that you'll come back to Walsh Industries. Well, how about it? Well, why don't we talk about it? Say lunch, maybe. Monica, I would like that very much. Early next week. I'm really anxious for you to hear Dusty's new ideas about expanding Lawrence Industries. Great. That's perfect. Will do. Okay, we'll see you then. Thanks. Yeah, I will. Bye.
That was smoothly handled.
Well, she's still going to sign with Craig and Holden, but I get a sneaking suspicion that we still have a shot if we play our cards right.
Jane, I don't want to be disturbed.
I thought you'd want to be disturbed for him.
Darling.
Hello.
Dr. Dixon?
Hello, Kirk. I was on my way to the yacht club. I wondered if you might like to come along.
Well, I would love to come along, but I can't. If you see Andy, you will remind him about John.
Surprises?
Well.
You're invited tomorrow, too.
Just a moment.
Yes.
Lucinda, it's Emma Snyder for you.
Hello, Mrs. Snyder. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to ask you. I don't want to keep you long. I know you're very busy. I wanted to invite you personally, you and Bo and Pam and John, to our 4th of July picnic.
Oh, well, I think we'd all love to come. The farm is so beautiful at this time of the year.
So, in a way, Holden will be my boss from now on, which also means he's going to be your boss. What happened to that girl in Chicago Ellie told us you were spending all that time with?
Yeah, well, Ellie exaggerates and talks way too much.
I've got to get to the office. But I'd like you to grant me one request before I go.
What?
I'd like to spend tonight at home alone with you to celebrate our anniversary.
I didn't think you'd remember.
Meg, how could I forget our first anniversary? I just hope that you liked the present I got you.
Oh, Antonio. Well, I was planning this big surprise party for you. But I'll cancel it if you'd rather be alone.
I would rather be alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll come back.
No,
It's all right.
no.
I have to leave.
And I want to talk to you. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Bo, can I talk to Pam a minute, just for alone, just a minute?
Yeah, sure. I'll wait outside.
You? Antonio wants to spend our anniversary alone together. And I've got Emily squirming.
Antonio knows you're not pregnant, though, doesn't he?
No. And he's not going to. Not as long as his fake pregnancy is working so well.
Meg, I hope this is really all worth it to you. I mean, knowing that Tonio is sleeping with another woman, I don't know how you want him back so badly.
Meg, I was on my way out, and look who I ran into.
Hi, Tonio. I thought I'd bring my father along to say hello to Meg.
Hi, Meg. I wasn't expecting such a crowd. I just came by to tell you your results are back.
What are you doing? Oh, just more wishful thinking.
Nope. This time you really are pregnant.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light. Next on most of these CBS stations. Sweaters by Tony Lambert. This is Dan Regent inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns.